Hello and welcome to National Focus. I am Julian Morris. In the headlines, Her Excellency President Sylvanie Burton hopeful for U.S. assistance in addressing global issues. Senior Investment Promotion Officer highlights green investment opportunities within Dominica's renewable energy sector. And rehabilitation works to be undertaken at Castle Bruce Playing Field. The details of the headline stories and more when we return. Welcome back. President of Dominica, Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton, says she looks forward to a mutually beneficial partnership between Dominica and the United States of America as the two countries address shared global issues. President Burton welcomed the new ambassador of the United States to Dominica, His Excellency Roger Nias, on Monday. Her Excellency Burton pledged Dominica's commitment to strengthening the bonds between the two countries.
Dominica is committed to maintaining and strengthening the bonds of friendship and cooperation which already exist between our countries. I note the assurance given that during your tenure, you will continue to work with Dominica as an equal and strategic partner in the region and around the world, increasing efforts under the U.S.-Caribbean Partnership to address the Climate Action Crisis 2030, also known as PAC 2030, to improve access to developing financing, facilitate clean energy project development, and enhance capacity for climate resilience. Your Excellency, we acknowledge the support provided by the United States overall, and it stands to stand firmly behind Dominica's endeavors to achieve inclusive and sustainable economic growth, community resilience, and energy security. Such outlook augurs well in Dominica.
One of the main issues she hopes to confront during the ambassador's tenure is that of climate change.
We look forward to the strengthening of mutual cooperation in areas of common interest, such as our shared democratic values and commitment for furthering universal observance of human rights, and to even closer ties as we continue in our search for a brighter and safer future for us all. Your Excellency, it is well established that we in Dominica are prone to numerous natural disasters, including those which are exacerbated by events whose frequency and severity are fueled by climate change. We all can identify with the adverse effects of climate change, which manifest itself in sea level rise, devastating tropical storms, extended droughts, wildfires, tsunamis, etc.
Her Excellency added that Dominica welcomed the assistance from the U.S. in helping Dominica reach its goal of climate resilience.
Following the major natural disasters of Tropical Storm Erica in 2015 and Hurricane Maria in 2017, prior to the emergence of the COVID-19 pandemic in early 2020, our government was able to put in place effective response strategies to mitigate against the adverse effects of global climate change and other disasters by adopting and embracing the Build Back Better approach. Integrated in this approach are the vision of a new dynamic Dominica, national resilience, and focus on the many windows of opportunities to be derived from such transformative initiatives as the digital economy and green energy, which is centered on our geothermal development program. We therefore welcome the development assistance being offered by the United States, which will no doubt put Dominica in a better position to respond to the various challenges facing us as a small island state.
President Burton says by mutually addressing global challenges that face both countries, government can secure a safer future for all.
We are faced with innumerable challenges which have both current and long-term implications. These include threats to the global security, climate change, degradation of our ecosystem and loss of biodiversity, wars and conflicts, poverty, inequality, and the growing challenge of chronic non-communicable diseases. The severity and huge impacts of the various challenges that we have been experiencing in recent times highlight the importance of multilateralism. Dominica therefore remains resolved in its commitment to working with the United States of America and the rest of the global community to offer solutions to our various challenges with a view to realize a sustainable, transformative, safer, and fairer future for all.
As another edition of the Caribbean Business Cruise comes to an end, Senior Investment Promotion Officer at Invest Dominica Authority, Hermina Augustine, has highlighted a number of green investment opportunities within the renewable energy sector in Dominica.
Dominica was the first island to start in the process and exploration for geothermal energy. So with a lot of geothermal energy, solar, we have a lot of sunlight everywhere, wind, hydro. We are planning to expand and do more.
In December 2023, at the Climate Change Conference, the government of Dominica signed an agreement for the development of a geothermal power plant. Ms. Augustine made reference to the ongoing status of the power plant project and Dominica's progress in developing sustainable energy.
Currently, government has a plan to expand our green energy sector, and we should have a small plant, geothermal plants, by next year, 2025, about 2025. We should have a small geothermal plant. One third of our energy already comes from hydro. We already do hydro energy, and we also have plans for solar. So you will see that our government is doing a lot more for green energy in Dominica, and we're hoping that we can, as we continue the exploration, we can also share with you.
Green expansion, strengthening and capacity building in the renewable energy sector are areas Dominica hopes to further explore. Executive Director of the Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce, DIC, Mr. Kerwin John Baptist, says Caribbean Business Cruise 2024 was aimed at creating linkages between various sectors of Dominica and the French West Indies.
As we saw in one of the presentations by the Invest Dominica Authority, they listed basically all the different sectors within Dominica that these persons can partner with. And I see this mission as something that's going to be really successful, because it is not just advertising again to the everyday person that's possibly looking to buy one product, but it's opening up boundaries, it's opening up doors and pathways to businesses to create that synergy, because we understand that the Dominican market is a small market and we need to get out there. Now the French West Indies is a major doorway for us, because it doesn't just tap into the Caribbean islands, but it tap into the French countries that is way outside, because right now we have persons from Africa here also as part of this. You have persons from France that this is going to tap into. So we know the benefits of our products. Why not get it? Why not remove it from being just within us and have it out there to the public?
The Caribbean Business Cruise 2024 was a result of the collective effort of the Caribbean Cruise of Guadeloupe and Martinique, Alliance Française, DAIC, Invest Dominica Authority, Dexia, and Discover Dominica Authority. Small business ventures in the northern communities are taking advantage of training opportunities to sharpen their skills in various sectors of running their venture. A business training workshop held at the Cabrit's cruise ship berth on Tuesday targeted business owners from Capuchin to Portsmouth. The training is being provided by the Government of Dominica through the Small Business Unit. Parliamentary Representative for Portsmouth, Honourable Fenella Wenham Shepherd, says the two-day training was timely as business is at the heart of the town.
When I came into office, we were able to set up a few sessions with the business community. And what we did is we developed this bank of what are the areas of challenges and opportunities that they thought would be viable for them or would make sense to them. And coming out of that, we did a mini session too, where They were able to interact with people like Mr. Danny Joseph, people like Mr. Michael Walter, and some others. And we were able to do all of that through an initiative from my office, and it's called the Small Business Desk.
Honorable Wenham Shepherd says through that office, assistance is provided for small business owners tailored to their needs.
Whether it is to register your business or to have some of your plans processed for you and so on. And because of the engagement, it was easy to partner with people like Danny Joseph and the like. And what I saw, because I made it my business to be part of the training, I wanted to look at how the people were receiving the information that they were getting, and they were quite attentive, they listened well, and I learned too that the 2 days were not sufficient, and so that they have decided on Monday they're going to sit at one of the small businesses who were present, and they're going to more or less complete a homework assignment that they have, and they're doing this together.
The parliamentary representative says the collaboration amongst the small business people and other partners is commendable.
Because of the practicality of my office, and we see ourselves as, and I say we again because of the partnerships, we see ourselves as facilitators. So it's our conduit. You come to the office of the APAL rep, and then we will point you to areas where you can go. And whether it is the credit union, whether it is the banks, or even business owners themselves, for you to be able to understand something, most times you have to be immersed in it. And also we learn from experiences. So if you have a difficult area and we know somebody who is able to assist, we'll tell you, go to this particular business. And we always have, well, I for sure try to maintain good rapport with all our business owners, because as I said, that is the heart of Portsmouth.
She says ahead of the business training workshop, she placed some focus on building partnerships.
It's just about relationship building too. And even prior to the training workshop, I had a meeting with the vendors, preparing more or less for Jazz and Creole and the Yachting Festival. But integral in that is the partnership, the collaboration, the coming together. For example, you have accommodation owners, but they're not able to provide meals for the people that they're going to rent to. And so you would want that somebody in accommodation can speak with a restaurant or a catering business and now engage, in that networking where, okay, so they can sleep with us, but we can also bring their warm meals to them.
It is expected that this business training will spawn new business ideas.
One of the major outcomes would be to see what new ventures come out of the training, whether these businesses are more inclined to go in digital, which is a thrust that we have as well, whether it is that they're ready to expand businesses. And some people who saw my status, they always laugh about it. But yes, I'm the real estate agent. And I heard recently a number of people talking about closures and so, but in Portsmouth, I'm proud to report that we have had expansions and we have had new businesses coming on. And we're really, really happy for that. I just encourage everybody to keep that whole spirit of camaraderie, relationship, and the safety and openness, and for us to continue ensuring that we have a safe environment where we can bring forward more initiatives and more programs.
The training focused on customer service, managing people, financial management, quality assurance, and other pertinent topics. The dust has finally settled on Mass Dominic 2024 as Discover Dominica Authority held the final press conference related to Carnival matters today. Chief Cultural Officer Earlson Matthew, assigned to the Dominica Festivals Committee, reflected on the success of the events that transpired over the Carnival season.
I can proudly say that Mass Dominic 2024 was a success, regardless of the well-documented time and financial constraints. in the sense that it accurately represented the vision to package Dominica's tourism product and cultural experience as unique offerings that can attract stayover visitors, generate economic activity, and increase cultural exports. This season featured over 65 official events staged island-wide, about 13 of which were staged at the stadium forecourt or Carnival City.
He alluded to an incident-free carnival as a major success for Dominica.
I want to specifically highlight that Mass Dominic 2024 was free from any major incidents, and Bob alluded to that, as we continue to uphold the label of the Caribbean's safest, most original, and most inclusive carnival. I said at an earlier press conference that this is not only credited to the great work of the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force, but also a different energy from the public and the acceptance that we all constitute the Dominica brand. So thanks again to the patrons.
Following post-mortem discussions, Mr. Matthew acknowledged suggestions made to improve the carnival product, such as the time frame for the parade, a permanent event venue, and increased investment in the carnival product. Chief Executive Officer of the Discover Dominica Authority, Mr. Colin Piper, provided an overview of the carnival season. He highlighted 2 new elements that were introduced this year.
I'm delighted to share that this year's innovation, the stadium field crossing, added an extra layer of excitement and engagement, and I dare say also the People's Choice Award for the best contemporary band added excitement as well.
The surge in visitor arrivals is an indication of the growth of Dominica's carnival product.
The surge in visitor numbers, with a total attendance of 4,635, that's a 12% increase compared to 2023, underscores the growing appeal of Mass Dominic. Most of these visitors, or 58% of these visitors, or 2,679 people, arrived by the ferry, while the remaining 42%, or 1,956, traveled by air.
Mr. Piper noted priority areas that will be focused on to improve the carnival product.
So as we look to the future, we have exciting plans for next year's carnival. Early planning, as has been discussed, and increased participation in the city's carnivals will be a focus. Learning from the experiences of this year, we acknowledge the need for improvements and changes. We recognize the importance of improving communication between the bands and the Road Parade Committee to ensure proper spacing between the bands on the carnival route and clear communication on all carnival matters. This will enhance the flow, the overall flow, and experience for both participants and spectators.
He reiterated the commitment of Discover Dominica Authority and Dominica Festivals Committee to further enhance Dominica's carnival experience.
So in conclusion, Mass Dominic 2024 has been a remarkable celebration showcasing the spirit and resilience of our people. Our success is a testament to the collaboration between local communities, businesses, and visitors. As we look forward to the future, we remain committed to preserving and promoting Dominica's rich cultural heritage by celebrating Mass Dominic. So thank you to all for your unwavering support, and let's look forward to a successful Mass Dominic 2025 on March 3rd and 4th, 2025.
You are watching National Focus. More when we return. Welcome back. Sports personalities from Castle Bruce will soon be able to boast of a newly rehabilitated playing field as government continues its mandate to improve playing field facilities around the island. In its quest to develop community sports, government, through the Sports Division, has partnered with the Dominica Lotteries Commission to rehabilitate playing fields in various communities. The Minister for Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development, Honorable Greta Roberts, Member of Parliament for the Castle Bruce constituency, Honorable Octavia Alfred, and Sports Coordinator Mr. Trevor Shillingford, along with other officials and the relevant stakeholders, recently visited the site. Minister of State in the Ministry of Sports, Honorable Oscar George, says this is part of government's goal of developing sports at the community level.
We are here for an important reason, and that reason is we are trying to develop sports at the community level. And it so happens that Cassibros is one of the communities that's very vibrant in sports, particularly football. So we are here, we have taken the time to come and hear from you, to be with you, and just devise a plan or solution going forward as to how we can further develop sports in Cassibros, how we can further develop the Cassibros playing field, and I think we'll be moving to the hard court afterwards to see what we can do to enhance the sports. And that is consistent to what we're trying to do at the Ministry of Sports. We have seen that community sports is lacking in Dominica. And you recall the days when every community was buzzing with community sports on a Sunday afternoon or Saturday afternoon. And people could make money, athletes could go out and play. So we want to bring back those days, but to ensure that we get to that stage, we have to put the work in ensuring that the facilities are up to standard.
Member of Parliament for Cassibros, Honorable Octavia Alfred, says the rehabilitation of the field will augur well for the athletes and sports personnel.
We still make use of what we have, and what is most impressive is we get right all the way up to the top in spite of our limitations. And sometimes I think with what we have and what we do, if we get more, there's no telling what we can do. I thank you this afternoon for this visit. I'm consoled. I mean, we've dwelt in this mount for too long. We've been going round and round in circles with our park. Everybody come and everybody see how much can be done here. And we wait and we still do what we have to do. And we are just so happy that we are moving forward. For us, the visit today is a sign that something's happening. Something's happening. And we are glad.
Government Senator Honorable Austell Lockhart says a rehabilitated playing field will serve to unite residents of the area.
Sports unites people. Sports unite people. And when we have a sporting event here in Cassibros, it's for the entire constituency, Cassibros all the way back to PD Soufriere. They come down in large numbers, and we have a good time together. We have a good time together. We forget everything else. We forget politics, we forget religion and everything, and we play in the spirit of love, and true, clean competitiveness. So this is a good thing for us in Cassibros.
Sports coordinator Mr. Trevor Shillingford says this playing field has been recognized as a regional playing field in Dominica. He says the sports division understands the importance of the work needed to bring the playing field to the required standards.
We have classified this playing field as one of our regional playing fields. That is those playing fields that we consider for development to have national events, national sporting events taking place. And this Cassibros playing field, along with Jubla and Benjamin's Park and others, have been classified as one of our regional playing fields. So we are aware of what has to be done, right? And I know the commitment is there to getting the work done. But in the interim, we have to take some form of responsibility. And I know that there's a sports committee in place in Cassibros, and I want to encourage the sports committee to get a bit more vibrant and let us ensure that the maintenance of the playing field become part of our mandate.
Coming up next, the Creole News Highlights with Jenno Jacob.
Bienvenue à ce nouveau en créole, nom monsieur Jenno Jacob. Discover Dominica Authority tient une exhibition Alliance Française en Vanzier, lundi le 26 février, pour montrer Moon Caribbean Business Cruise, produit Business Dominique. Session a été entendue par Invest Dominica Authority, Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce et puis Dexia. Nous parlons puis chef Caribbean Business Cruise Isabella Adonis Flandrina.
Nous là, aujourd'hui là, pour nous faire business, pour nous travailler avec la Dominique, pour nous voir qui gens nous peut créer des entreprises, qui gens nous peut signer des conventions pour faire Moun Dominique vivre en Guadeloupe ou en Martinique. Nous avons un chef d'entreprise de la Martinique qui proposait des entreprises de la Dominique de venir en Martinique, qui n'ont un supermarché en Martinique, et il dit nous, il a invité eux pour 3 jours pour y présenter produit à eux. On a trouvé son bien qui magnifique. Et par exemple, nous pouvons trouver aussi, nous pouvons voir avec la DAIC, si nous pouvons faire une exposition de produits de Guadeloupe ici à la Dominique. Et après, nous pouvons trouver en qui genre nous pouvons vendre produits en eau ou compétences en nous de Guadeloupe vers la Dominique et de Guadeloupe vers la Dominique et de la Dominique vers Guadeloupe et Martinique.
Il dit valet dominicain qui en Guadeloupe important pour business et puis commerce.
C'est important parce que, comme on a dit, il y a une communauté de Dominicains en Guadeloupe et en cas pensé, ils sont très intéressés à faire business, à faire affaires, à faire commerce, à faire produits. Ils ont déjà commencé. Mais ça qui est intéressant, c'est que nous avons visibilité des produits, parce que je vais te présenter des produits que nous pas connaissons en Guadeloupe, par exemple. Mais nous avons aussi des produits ou des services que nous pouvons faire ici à la Dominique. Donc, là, nous avons visibilité concernée. Là, nous avons des chefs d'entreprise qui viennent ici, ils ont découvert des produits, ils ont découvert des sites. Nous découvrons que nous avons l'eau naturelle, en l'eau hôtel naturel, organique, que nous pas ni forcément en Guadeloupe. Peut-être nous avons des autres un paquet. Donc, nous avons à faire moun Guadeloupe et Martinique viennent dans ces qualités hôtels-là, ça. Et peut-être moun Dominique viennent découvrir d'autres sites que nous avons en Guadeloupe.
Le gouvernement Dominique a travaillé pour faire Windsor Park Sports Stadium International. Le gouvernement a commencé à travailler pour réhabiliter 6 pitch cricket en stadium là. Le consultant de Cricket West Indies, M. Chris Wilkerson, ici, qui a wangé ces pitch là. Nous parlons et puis M. Clyde Pierre-Louis, chef groundsman Windsor Park Sports Stadium. Il dit nous, raison pour travailler là.
Nous avons fait ça pour, parce que le pitch là pas level. So, ça nous a fait actuellement, nous avons travaillé level. Il était peut-être soil qui pas bon dans. So, nous avons tiré et mettre fresh soil dans l'air pour leveler et faire pitch là un peu plus meilleur pour jouer.
Ça significance pour Dominique parce que je crois que nous avons espéré pour jouer des bons games à Dominique.
Oui. Nous avons fait ça pour nous, les gens qui ont joué ball satisfaits avec pitch là. Parce que nous avons Jim 11, nous avons test match qui a venu. So, ça nous a fait plus meilleur pour nous, pour players là satisfaits avec pitch là, ça nous a fait.
Chef groundsman l'a dit, West Indies Cricket Board ni pour venir garder le travail là.
C'est West Indies Cricket Board qui savent ça. Parce que ça nous a fait là, nous a fait pour venir et garder, et si bon, nous avons mené un test match en country là.
Nous avons England qui a aidé nous à poser.
Oui, Chris de England qui a travaillé avec West Indies Cricket Board. Il est un bon gars. Il a aidé nous, montrer nous ça technical dans le pitch là. So, basically, il a aidé nous en montrer.
Mais qui t'a un projet ça a commencé? Combien de temps pour finir?
Oui, nous avons commencé last week. Semaine passée. So nous avons travaillé fini semaine ça là. On Friday so.
Et bien, c'est un seul pitch qu'on a fait, pas faire des pitchs, seul pitch?
Non. Après 6, oui.
Chef officier courtier Dominique Ulson Matthew dit Mass Dominique 2124 était un succès. Il parlait en une press conference aujourd'hui. Il dit Mass Dominique pas tenu pièce incident. Il dit il y a un avis public là pour faire Carnival plus meilleur. Chef executive officer Discover Dominica Authority, M. Colin Piper, parlait contre le travail qu'il a fait pour l'autre saison masse. Dans les salles, autant étrangers venus Dominique pour Carnival, plus que 4000. Ça, c'est tout à ce nouvel en créole. Non, M. Geno Jacob, au revoir.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS Dominica on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. You can also drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm. From all of us here on the GIS News Production team, I am Julian Morris. Thanks for watching.